And we'll start. Okay. Back to it here. Okay, you guys can see the screen still, right?
Yes, but it's small. Like it's not the full screen. Yeah. There you go.
Now it is. Okay. So really what we're going to talk about is doing some of those things, and again, some of the activities, and I'm going to highlight one of those today for getting things out there, getting people responding to it, and then we just got to continue to figure out how to get people to really respond. And I'll do some calls this next week and talk to some of the guys who've been using KV Corp for a number of years of how they get things, the leads to respond to things. So obviously the good thing about listings is that you can kind of control that. They're contractually obligated to work with you because you have a written agreement saying that they are going to be a part of that you're listing the home and they can't list for somebody else and do all that. So that's one of the benefits of that, is that you actually have a contract and agreement with them. What?
I couldn't get in. I was trying to do it over there and I can't get in.
No. Okay. Sorry about that. Also, benefit of listing is listing agent, you can control your time better. I started off this morning with one of my potential sellers and buyers, saying me, "Oh, we love this house," and then a few minutes later, text back said, "Oh, wait, it doesn't look like it's on the market." And it wasn't. It was just one of these Realtor.com's estimated value, but last time it was on the market was 2016.
Yeah.
So I'm 7:15. He's texting about I got another buyer who wants to go look up in Auburn, possibly tomorrow. So with that, it's properties come up, you got to come do it. A listing, you've got it, you kind of control your time a little better, which is nice. But you also don't want to, you don't want to complain about having buyers either. So finding the sellers, as mentioned, while many markets are experiencing low inventory, there's people that are planning to sell their homes. And I think we've got a big flood coming. So the more you're out there and putting information out there, the better. We need to meet with as many potential home sellers as possible, get in front of them. They're out there. And I'll show you a stat in a couple of seconds. Once in a while you get a call out of the blue, someone asks you to list their home for sale. I have most of mine, it's quote unquote out of the blue, but it's people I talked to a year ago, 18 months ago, that were talking about it. And then all of a sudden they got to the point where it's like, okay, we're ready to go, and they're ready to list it. So 57% of boomers, of which I am a boomer, and you youngins in here are not, 50% of boomers plan to move from the home they currently own. 25% say they'd likely buy a second home, such as a vacation beach house, to use during retirement. So 50% of the boomers who own right now are planning on moving from where they are. If I could convince my wife to move, I would do it, because
Where would you go? Yeah.
I got a 3,000 square foot house, 10,000 square foot lot. It's the two of us. But when everybody comes over, I mean, we love our house, but it's like, I can sell it for close to 700,000. I owe a little over 200 on it. So, to pocket 500 and
And then go.
Then you'd be one of those people who live in Somerset.
no,
Maybe trilogy.
because no, I do not
You really want an HOA? Ugh.
I do not like HOAs.
No.
The only reason I like
Rebel.
HOAs, it would be because around the corner from me, somebody just repainted their outside of their house, and it's like this purple. It's like,
Are you serious?
yeah, it's
Well,
yeah.
You gotta take a photo of it for and share
What not to do?
it.
That's right. It's, yeah, but there used to be a house in Oakley that was, there was one that was pink and then one was bright purple. So I just can't figure out that conversation. Honey, I'm going to the paint store. Okay, pick a nice color.
So that's when you get free paint.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
what
kidding.
about
It was on discount. It was on clearance.
houses in White Rock out?
That's only if you live in Sanford.
So 23% of homeowners are considering selling their home, but haven't put it on the market for sale. 55% of the 23% that are contemplating selling, 55% would be more likely to put their homes on the market if given more information about the process by a trusted advisor. So some people want to sell, they just don't understand the process, don't understand what their home was worth, don't understand how much they'd get out of it. So sometimes it's just us having some conversations with people. I've actually had conversations where I've said, "Hey, have you thought about selling?" Well, and we talked about things, and once I get more information, they sold. One of the things I did for a while there is I would put a CMA together for homes and send to my past clients. And there was one that was one of the sheriff's officer, and he had a house that he owned in Oakley that he kept as a rental. And I just sent him a CMA after he'd moved out of it. It's been a couple of years since he's been out. I sent him a CMA of the value of his house, and he called me. He said, "Is that really what it's worth?" I said, "Yeah, probably at least." "Okay, I'm gonna talk to my wife and call you when I get home." Talked to her, said, "If you think that we can get at least that much, let's sell it." And we put it in the market and sold it and got way more than that. So sometimes it's just, sending CMAs out to people, hand delivering CMAs out to people, letting them know what their home is worth. Of the 23% of the homeowners are considering selling their home, but haven't put in, the same thing? Yeah, same thing. I don't know. They have duplicate
Yeah,
sides.
article.
Yeah. So send out mass emails, text about market stats, new listings, CMAs, put your contacts into CRM. Carla, as we were talking earlier, if you can identify where these people live, if they're homeowners, put a CMA together and send, hand deliver or mail them a simple CMA so they understand what's going on and with your information on there. And if you know anybody in your neighborhoods planning on selling, we've got buyers that are looking to buy. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
So with the KV Core mobile app, is it easy to use on the iPhone? Because I have an Android and sometimes it's a pain in the butt. So I'm just wondering, is it easier on another service?
Yeah, Carla's saying super easy. So what do you like about the app on the iPhone?
I can do everything on the phone that I can do here. So it's just nice.
Okay.
It works the same way. The layout's a tiny bit different. Like you have to maybe do an extra click or so to bring up an extra option, but that's fine. So
Okay.
once you play with it a little bit, but yeah, I was surprised that I could manage it the same way.
Okay.
I'm getting messages on mine and it's fine, but it takes I don't know, maybe it's just because of Android, but it takes forever to load the messages I get. And then I end up just having to come to my computer to see what my clients are sending.
And you can set up alerts on your phone easily. You can check your dashboard. You can bring up people's timelines and see what they're doing. It's just
Okay.
Thank you.
Time to get into the 1990s.
I was born in the 1990s, sir.
Oh, shut up. So we're sending out today. You should get it again sometime shortly here, probably before the meeting's over, on the things to do for the big board and success board. And again, if you'll do those things, it'll start to translate into business. It takes some time. Linda, you're starting to find out that some of your activities are starting to pay off now. You got a listing coming up in March. You got another one potentially coming up, other than the fact that the husband hates me, so that'll work against you. But
yeah, I've been trying to defend that. So if you could just give me 100% of my commission on that one, that'd be great.
Nice, Linda. Way to work that one.
It's people that used to go to my church, and he got mad at me over a message that I preached one Sunday, and so yeah. So so it is what it is.
You're
So,
messing with my business.
I know. And that was like 15 years ago, so at least.
Wow.
So, but that's okay. Let's see. Seller landing pages, which we're going to talk about today, is landing pages. How to put this together. Really, you can put them together in a few minutes. And they did a webinar on Monday on this, so I want to go over that with you and review some things fairly quickly. One of my frustrations, and I got to talk with them at Weichert, is one of my frustrations is this stuff is set up, but I want to know, okay, if I do this, what are the people seeing? And when they click here, they do this, what happens and where does it go? Yeah, so that's the thing that I've got some of it figured out. I've got some of it figured out with the landing page, which I'll go over in a few minutes.
Should it be connected to your KV core?
It is, but my question is, so I did a sample one to me and clicked on it. I didn't put a URL in, and it went to my main page of my website. But you can set it up, and we'll show you that when we get into there. You can set it up so it can go to any place. So you can set up any URL for it to go to. You can go to a specific spot on your website. You can have it go to some other spot if you want to. Maybe you have a blog page that you've got, that you're doing, that you can set to go someplace, or maybe you're doing a series of videos you can set to go to there. So you can set where those landing pages go. There can be a separate page. A squeeze page is specifically squeezing down to a specific spot on your website. A landing page is it's a standalone page, but you can still send people places. But if they click on your page or they put the information, it'll take them to your website automatically if you don't put something in there.
So where did you go instead of your landing page?
Well, so the landing page, if they put the information in and they click on it, they click submit, then it goes over to my web page. It defaults to the opening of my web page.
Okay.
So, but we'll talk about it in a couple seconds there. So here's kind of one of the things that they talk about of doing the hustle. This is Brian Eisenhower. He's a real estate coach. He gives 3 sample contact plans, and this one's called the Hustle. It's a cost-effective plan, puts less emphasis on mailers and more on agent activities like phone calls, Facebook direct messages, drop-by visits, and expensive items. So he says 14 emails automated in my Weichert to go out every 3 to 4 weeks, 12 monthly mailers, 4 quarterly newsletters by email, and there's a place in there to put a newsletter together that you can in the mailing thing there. So you can put a whole newsletter together right inside of there. You can build it. The template's there. You can just plug and play stuff into there and then send it out. So the emails or the newsletters can be fairly easy to do.
Where do you get
3 phone
content
calls to say it again.
Where do you get content for a newsletter?
So here's one of the things, and I'm trying to figure out the format for doing it. Here's one of the things that I'm going to start doing. So what's one of the businesses that's really getting hammered right now in all the shutdown stuff? So what's one of the restaurants are just getting hammered, especially the mom and pops. So Bayside Church up in Roseville, they started a weekly top 5, and they're highlighting 5 locally owned restaurants, and they're sending out information on who is it? Hang on. This is exciting. Who is it?
It's a realtor going door to door, door knocking.
Hello. Hey, hello.
Hey, I got
Hang on.
those.
Hello. Hey, guys. Oh, hey, Josh. I'm at the office. Mom's at grandma's. Oh, okay. So. I'm bringing my friend back. Oh, okay. You can take her up and see grandma and mom. Okay. Okay. Love you. Bye. My son, sorry about that. What was that? So they highlight 5 restaurants a week. So I'm thinking about doing a highlighting 5 local restaurants a week, and so I can do that in the newsletter format. I could do it. I'm thinking about doing a short video each one of them, going to them, interviewing the people who own. There's a new one over at Slatton Ranch. It's a barbecue place. I have. Yeah.
Where?
Um, it is.
I'm always looking for good barbecue.
It is called.
Oh, I know, on the Home Depot side.
Is that where
No,
Dick
no, that's
released?
not
Oh,
Slatton
wait,
Ranch.
sorry, yeah,
It's
no,
it's by
Target.
it's right it's right by the row of you know where
Isn't it by
the
Home
music
Goods?
store is there, the music store, Office Depot, all that. Yeah, but Better Homes and Gardens, same strip as Better Homes. It's called Dad's Barbecue.
That's not new.
Why would you open up a new restaurant?
I don't, but it's fairly new.
Dad's Barbecue has been around for a minute. They just have a new location.
Oh.
Where was the other location?
I know,
I think it was like in the other side of other side of Antioch.
Okay.
I think. That's
But so anyway, I want to highlight some restaurants and encourage people to go visit the restaurants, keep them in business, because you know it's people put their lives into these things, and you know, so either restaurants or businesses. So that's one of the things you can do. Content, you can do it from all over the place. I mean, some can be real estate. You could put a recipe in there. You could do all sorts of things.
can you take information from, say, like Housing Wire or whatever and duplicate it? Like, can you do that, or is that theft of?
No, I think
You know.
you're not selling. You're just sending information out. So I think you're okay to, you know,
Okay,
as long as you cite the source that it came from.
okay.
So, a client appreciation event, 4 invitations to client appreciation events, 2 emails, 1 mailer, 1 phone call, a Facebook direct message to update, 1 drop-by visit, deliver a single bag of microwave popcorn with business card, just popping by. So things like that, just simple things you can do. But what I want to do is I want to talk about where's it? Go to KV. So you're gonna go to lead engine, and the top on lead engine, you've got landing page and you've got squeeze page. A landing page is a separate page there. You can set it to go to any website you want. If you don't choose one, it'll default to the front page of your website. Squeeze page is specifically designed to squeeze down to a specific spot on your website. So that's the difference between them. A landing page, you can set it up so it could take to, you know, if Ema wanted to do some things on, you know, a landing page out there about real estate and music and houses that, you know, provide music, and he wanted to do have it go to Gil's Music or Get Us Music, he could put that website in, and they register for something that he does, and it goes to Get Us Music. So you can have any sort of a page where it goes to for thing. Maybe you put out there, you know, maybe you've got a vendor that you put out there of, you know, looking to remodel and for more information on remodeling, and you've got a contractor that you want to highlight and push. You could put their website in, and they enter the information that goes to their website for the contractor. So there's all sorts of ways of setting things up, looking for something fun to do with the family, for a weekly list of family friendly activities. You know, give your name and phone number, and then you can maybe have something for that week of something in the area. Maybe the downtown skating rink is, you know, they say they register for a weekly update of family friendly activities that you'll send out. And for this particular time, when you do the landing page, it goes to the information for the downtown skating rink for then, and they click on that and it goes to there. So there's all sort, I mean, there's a ton of things you can do on that. So if you're doing landing page, select domain, you make sure you select your own. In my case, I could select the company or I could select my own. So I'll select my own and I'm gonna hit start building. So left to right up here. So I'm gonna do lead generation, a video view, a video plus a lead, content hijack, text lead, capture, address capture, or Facebook chat. Lead generation is probably one of the top ones, but video and lead, which means you're putting a video in there as well as it's lead generation. And lead generation is where they're putting information into here. That's what you're trying to do there. So I'll just leave it at lead generation now. Hashtags, this way you know where it's coming from. So maybe I'm going to say hashtag restaurant support. We'll do that. Okay. So I know that anybody who comes through this, it came through the restaurant support thing. And as people do that, they log into this and I build that hashtag within my database. Then as new restaurants come up or I want to highlight a new restaurant, I can put a video together, whatever, and send it to my hashtag restaurant support people that have done that. And now I've got an ongoing continuing thing. Maybe family friendly activities are things that I'm doing. Maybe it's, so it doesn't have to be real estate related that you put out there. It can be, and some should be, but you can use different things. Submit button for list of local restaurants. So I'm up at the top up here, and it's changing this button down here. Okay. Restaurants. Okay. URL. So maybe I want to highlight a particular restaurant this week. So once they submit, it'll take them to a specific restaurant. Or maybe what I could do is I could find a spot that says the top 10 local Brentwood, restaurants, and click it would take them to that search page that I did. So let me do this.
Google it, right? And then
So yeah, so what I can do is, let me go with top local owned Brentwood restaurants. Okay, so it'll pop up this here. So what I can do is I can do Control C. Now what I could do, that's a big, huge, long, let me see if it'll fit in there. Okay. It should do that.
Really? Where's the shortener like the other one?
Yeah, I could do the shortener, but it's not going to matter because this is all that's behind the scenes. So
when they click it, they'll get to that page.
So I'll take it to that page there that I put that in there. Okay. Background, I can change the background. You can add backgrounds in. You can do a custom background, and you can click on there, and you can pull up a different. You have to. It has to be one that's hosted on a picture site. So you have a picture that's on a picture site like Flickr or some of those ones. It's got to be a website based one, and then wherever you got that, you get the URL for that, put it there, and it'll put that different custom picture background. So that's how you change those there. But again, background. Let's see. Since we're talking about, is there food in here? Kitchen. So I can do kitchen. So I could do that. But again, that's probably where I'd want to get a background, picture from Flickr or something of a restaurant or something. So it's a little more specific to that. Good.
So you're highlighting restaurants. in hopes of getting people's information to then just what? Because you don't know where they are buying, selling, then you're gonna get them in your system. What do you start sending them from there?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them, I'm going to have them, this is for a list of local restaurants. So I'm going to have them do that. And I will probably change that to not a list of local restaurants, but for the weekly 5 or something. So I'm going to highlight, or the weekly 3, I'm going to highlight 3 restaurants a week. So every week I'm going to send out
Just
to
the
these people restaurants,
only.
but I'm also going to send out some things to them that'll be real estate related too.
Okay.
You know, but this is for this, but I'll also put some things with that list that I send out, so I can start putting together an email, a weekly email highlighting restaurants, but then I can throw some stuff in about real estate too.
Well, then your signature is always there.
Your signature is always there.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's-
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So that's where this can become a really good thing. So you can do it specifically real estate, or you can do it something else, and then where you're sending out a weekly list to people or something weekly that you're sending to people, and then you can put stuff on real estate in there in those weekly things. So for the weekly 3 restaurants, click submit for the weekly 3 restaurants. Okay. So then, so now I've got a URL that's going to go to the Google search there. I put the kitchen there, lead type, buyer, seller, renter, agent, vendor, none. So I'm probably going to, I can go none because it's not going to go any of the lead things specifically for there. Now, when you hit save, once you hit save and agree to it, then you can't edit this anymore. So I don't want to do that. So the logo up here is that's how it is there. Any of this stuff here, I can change that. So I might say, to support locally owned restaurants. Sign up for a free weekly weekly 3 weekly 3 sign up for a free weekly 3. Okay. List of local to support. So then I can go through and I can put different things on here, highlighting what I'm doing, why they're doing this. So I can.
You add an extra hashtag, or are you only allowed one hashtag here? Like if you have a group, like your home of the week group, you want to add them to initially when they come in or something like that. Can you do more than one?
So okay, ask the question again.
Can you put in more than one hashtag? So when they come into your system, they have like say 2 hashtags, this restaurant hashtag, and possibly like I put all of my people on a home of the week. So when I send out a home of the week, I can go to that rather than scrolling through the whole entire system. And so when people subscribe and sign up, they're automatically assigned to the property address they signed up for, and they also have a home of the week,
Okay.
week hashtag from the beginning.
I can put it in there if it, I'm not sure of the functionality, but I'll call when we're done, remind me, I'll call when we're done and see
Okay.
if you can put more than one in, if it'll,
Because you can, and like when you do boosting, you make your squeeze page,
Right.
you can put multiple
you
hashtags there.
probably can,
Okay,
but I don't want to say you can and then you do it and it doesn't go anywhere because
Okay.
because it's overdone. But that's a good way to do it. So if you want them, if you want to automatically put them into another mailing type of a thing, that'd be a good thing to do as well. So if you, right now it's email and cell phone is always going to show up as optional there. If you want it to be required, then on the top here, click required, and now it takes that optional out and they got to put phone number in. Okay. So I can change any of these things here. Once I hit save, once I save it, I can't change it anymore. And then, so then what I'm going to do is when I save it, then it's going to give me a link. I'm going to take that link. I'm going to go over to Facebook or Twitter or wherever. I'm going to put that. So if I'm on, log into one of my, so let me go to Ridgewater Real Estate. That's the wrong one. It's that one. Okay, so then I get my URL and I'm going to post it in here. So say, custom, even though I haven't done it, I'm going to complete, I'm going to say, okay. And then up in the top here, once I've done that, up in the top, I can post to Facebook, Twitter, Indeed, Pinterest. So I can do those there, or I can take the URL and post any place I want to. So say I want to post to Facebook, I'm going to click on there. So here it is, here to support locally owned restaurants. Here's, and again, that's when I can say something there, and then I can put it on public. And then once I have, and I don't want to do it because I don't want this to go out there. Once I have done this, then my question was, can I boost this? Yes, you can do a paid thing where you can promote it and it goes other places. I would recommend you not just do it on your homepage or your business page because the reach isn't as far, but pay to boost it out there and get it going other places. But this is really the cool thing with this is that you can reach people in different ways on things like right now with our economy and all that, supporting restaurants, I think is a good idea. So that's one of the things I'll redo this. So you can do that, save it, say something here, what you're doing, why you're doing it. And then, again, here's the hashtag, there's my website there. Once it's boosted, then it's going to, when they click on it, it's going to take them to this page here because that's the URL that I put in there. So they put their name, phone number, or name in there, or email address, and they click submit. It's going to go to my CRM, and then it's going to open up this page for them because that's the one that I did. I would probably search and find a more specific type of a place for it to go to. Yep. So it's the landing pages can be really good. You can go specific real estate through, or you can go another direction and use that to open the door for other conversations with people. Because people, a lot of times are hesitant to put something in about real estate because they don't want to get, hammered. But if it's an interest of something in the community, they'll do that, and then you start to build that rapport over time. It takes some time. Again, this is You're not going to have probably instant results from this, but I think over time, as you get creative with how you put these together, I think you begin to build a following of people who know you, like you, and trust you. And that's a lot of times who they'll come to for real estate. Now, in your advertising things, your follow-up things you're doing, you need to make sure that they know you're in real estate and you're not just a restaurant critic or whatever. But I think these are really good ways to go. And that's why I'm encouraging you, come up with different creative once a week landing page to do. And then same thing, come up with a squeeze page, which is a little bit different. We'll talk about that probably next time. A squeeze page takes them to a specific spot on your website, and that would be more real estate related because that's what you're trying to do. Or maybe you've got a blog that's there, you take them to your blog page and you're putting your blogs on your web page. You're added that into there. But this is a good way of getting word out there. And again, you can post on any of these places here or any place you want to with URL, and it takes moments. But I would say don't just put it on your page, promote it out there further and get better reach with it. Because I think you'll probably end up getting people that'll connect on it more than just if you just do it to your own specific page.
I've only been able to boost from my business page, not my personal page.
And that's probably where you have to go, but you can
Yeah.
still, but
And then I still share it to my personal, but in
Correct.
order to be able to pay to get it out there.
yes,
It has
Which-
to go from business.
which is what you want anyway.
Mhm.
So, but I think if you can come up with creative things to do, where people would be willing to sign up for that, I think that you'll find that then I think they'll also open your emails too, because they said, this is kind of good. I like to support local restaurants, or I'd like to find family friendly activities, or I'd like to know what's going on. I'd like to get the weekly city council, or the monthly city council, or every, city council minutes. So, maybe you do, hey, we love our city and there's a lot going on, and you may not always, know where to find stuff. For, a copy of the Oakley, weekly or, bi-weekly city council minutes, sign up here. And then, and it takes some work to find the minutes from the previous meeting. But once you know where those are, you bookmark that on your, on your computer. You can go through every time they have a meeting, you pull those up and you send it out to people with some comments about that, and why Oakley is a great place to live, and here's the good decisions that our city council makes, and or if you care about your city, there you might want to notice what's going on here, and so there's unlimited numbers of things you can do for landing pages that you could put together and get people to respond to those.
Maybe a free monthly home valuation.
Yeah, free monthly home. That'd be a specific real estate one. A free monthly home and value, or evaluation. And then for that, what you'd need is if they sign up for that, they need to follow up with, hey, for me to do this, I need to have a physical address and that I can, so I can do the right comps and all that. And then I would put together, you can set it up for the evaluation through the system, which is automatic, it's done. But if you do that, make sure that people know, hey, the one that's going to come out every month is just designed to create conversation. It may not be accurate. If you think that you'd like a more specific or accurate one, let me know and I'll do it up for you. So I would make sure they know that, because I've got people say, man, this seems way off. It's like, yeah, it's designed to get conversation going, and it worked. You're calling me. So, but these can be a really good tools to use. And I think a good way of getting it so people will open up your emails on a weekly basis, and then you can put information about real estate in there too. So you're developing a trust with people. You give them what you said you're going to give to them. And then you're also putting in some information in there that will be things that will hopefully get them to contact you or let you know about people that are looking to buy or sell. Okay, any questions from anybody? No?
One question. How long do the landing pages last?
So landing page is just like anything else on Facebook. It'll sit out there forever. It may get pushed down the list. Your boost is only going to last as long as you paid to boost it for. And then I think it goes away. But if you put it on your business page, it'll be there forever. It'll just get pushed down the page as you go. But if it's one that you really like, you can pin it to the top of your page, so it always stays at the top of your page.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you can pin pages. You can pin something up at the top of your Facebook. Let's see. So let me go to. Let me just go to Hanson team. Save the date. We're going to sale. There's a way to pin it. I know there is. Okay. So this one's actually pinned to the top of the page, so I can unpin it so it'll start to go down. But if it's one that's not pinned to the
Is
top,
that the 3 dots?
You can't see anything.
oh, you can't. Oh, sorry, I stopped sharing. Let me.
I'm gonna try.
Linda, you're so difficult to work with sometimes, I tell you. There I can. Okay, so here's one on my page here. The 3 dots here. I go to the right and it says pin to the top of the page. You can click on that and pin it to the top of the page, so it'll always stay at the top of the page. So if it's a post you want to stay at the top of your page, so every time people goes to your site, it'll stay at the top of your page. But again, what you really want to be able to do is you want to be able to boost that and send that out. So let me go to Hanson team.
I hit it and now it disappeared.
So if we wanted to boost this one here, I could click boost post and non-discrimination policy, I accept. And then so budget, so I get to put a budget in there. You can go through here and do this and then boost post now. So you can boost those posts out there. And if you're putting the landing page on, you definitely want to boost it and pay to do that.
Can I say something on that? So you also have to make sure you click the special ad category. Otherwise it'll get rejected because it's about housing. So if you go down, right, oh, you went too far. Up. And yeah, so you have to click that because it's in regards to housing. Otherwise it will get rejected.
So we do this, we do housing.
And then
Now,
what if you do the restaurant?
what if you're doing the
thing?
restaurant thing? Then you wouldn't have to do that, would you?
That's what I'm
No.
wondering.
No, because it's not in regards to housing, but it's still under the review of the Facebook team. So they review it and they decide like, okay, they talking about housing. They will look through it, and if it even mentions a little bit about real estate or anything like that, then it'll reject it.
Okay. So you may want to do it that if you're boosting that because it's got the Weicker HH and Associates on there. So, again, who your audience is, total budget, that you want to do. If I go $30 estimated, 397 to 1.1 billion reached, 1.1 reached every day. So you can choose your budget per day. Is that a per day budget?
Yeah,
No, for total. not
it's
for
a
total.
per day budget. Or no, sorry, that's the total after 5 days.
For 5 days. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
$6 a
So
day.
you can choose how many days, you can choose your budget and then once you do all that and click boost,
And then you
they'll,
can add areas.
You can add areas, where you want to be done at. Where's that at?
Really?
audio fields.
Oops. Dang it.
So large.
I know it freaked on me.
Don't blame the computer.
There we go. Where was it at?
It's right there, duration and date.
Okay.
And then hit the pencil.
There we go.
And then go down and you can add cities there. See where it says Brentwood? You can add multiple cities.
Okay.
But I think when you add multiple cities too, you get a little less exposed. 'Cause
Right.
you're spreading it out.
Right.
But, yeah.
So you can pick your demographic 18 to 65, where you want.
Don't touch it, because they'll reject you on discrimination of age.
If you're doing housing.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to not touch that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, don't mess
you can't
around
mess with that.
No. There's no women anymore.
I
Or men.
Just
yeah. Yeah, we're going out for a top woman lately, or later, or you can't call it top ramen. It's top raw woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I would put a pause on saying raw woman. I don't. I don't approve. But
so that's, again, I would say start brainstorming some creative landing pages and begin to build those. I think that you'll start to get engagement with people on those sort of topics and those sort of things versus just real estate. And again, most of my conversations with people where I end up doing business don't start with real estate. They know I'm in real estate. At some point, if they're not bringing it up, at some point I'll talk about it. But for the most part, it's talking about other things, and then they always ask about real estate. So, but you want to let people know you're in real estate, and so if you start with listed here, that helps to get you familiar with people within real estate and what's going on there. Okay, and stop the share.
Here she is.
And we will stop recording.